Yeah, I know what you're thinking. You can get a job in the Middle East simply by trying or by magic, through others or by fluke. Remember that competition is everywhere. Some here, some there, but bam! Loy Machedo is the best.
Alright, it's been ages since I made a video going outside. So this might take you by surprise if you watch my videos every time. Anyway, if you're new to my channel, my name is Loy Machedo. I'm a personal branding strategist. I know you'll be shocked, like what is this half-naked guy, tattooed, who's this freak? Well, you'll get used to it once you watch my videos. My specialization is personal branding, helping people get well-paying jobs in Dubai, UAE and the Middle East. And people also book my services for coaching, consulting, mentoring, whether it's personal or professional avenues of their life. Okay, details are put down below. So, coming back to why am I again going outside? Well, because that's what the video is going to be about. It's part of what I want to share. Okay. And yeah, feel free, put down your thoughts and comments below. I'll definitely read them. Okay, so what happened was, it started off yesterday night when I was sitting down alone, just doing my thinking and reflecting, and I decided one of my many goals for the next year. Okay, and I was thinking about it, contemplating, because remember, whenever you have any goal, if you do not have a strong foundation, you generally will have a goal, New Year's resolution, and then you'll give it up. Why? Because there's no deep rooted foundation as to why you're doing it. Like, for example, let's say one of the most common ones is, okay, New Year resolution, I'm going to go to the gym and keep fit. But almost, let's say, use the Pareto principle, almost 80 or even 90% of the people, they will book the gym, they'll start enthusiastically, and then they quit. So what is the reason? Is it weak willpower? Is it something they did wrong? Is something wrong with them? Well, there are a combination of reasons, which I will share with you, the solutions. Okay, the solutions and how you can actually make it work. So so after I sat down in the night and planned all this out, because I'll tell you, see, being a public figure, being a mentor, being a trainer, I cannot say something publicly and not stick by it. I can't say that, okay, I'm going to try to do this or I'm going to do that, and then I don't do it. People automatically will hold me accountable. They'll be like, hey, what the hell, man? You said all these big goals and big talk and all that, and now so then I'll lose. It's not only I'll lose credibility, but to me, myself, it'll be very bad. Like, imagine, how do you feel when you make a promise to yourself and you're not able to honor it? You feel like shit, right? You feel like, I don't have what it takes to succeed. And even worse is when you promise and tell the world, I will do A, B, C, D, and you don't. Then people will ultimately, they'll be like, see, I talks only talks here. And I'll tell you, over the years, I have just like you, I have struggled to lose weight, because whenever I did lose weight, I would try something extreme. I'll lose weight for some time, I'll reach a point, and then I just snap back. It's like, because what I'm doing is not sustainable. And it's like, oh man, I can't do this anymore. And then you lose out on that fire. In fact, you get thoughts like, why the hell am I suffering, man? Life is meant to enjoy. Just enjoy the chocolate, enjoy the ice cream, enjoy the food. For whom am I doing? Live life to the fullest. You know, the other side of the brain convinces you that, hey man, you're simply wasting your life. Enjoy your life. So it becomes a challenge to not only convince yourself, but to get back on track. And sometimes what happens is, if you, oh, they're cutting down a tree. Oh, they cut down a tree. Okay, very interesting. I should have put that on video. But anyway, maybe they don't want to be disturbed. Plus, I'm afraid of snakes. Okay. So what I was saying was, yeah, I lost my thought. Okay. So, you know, when you make these goals, you want to make something that is sustainable, not something that you'll do and you'll fail again, and eventually you'll be like, hey, forget it, man, I've tried everything. So I also went through that journey where I would lose weight, gain weight, lose weight, gain weight. Finally, you were like, oh man, is this even worth thinking about? And but finally, I reached a point where I couldn't ignore my health. I was at the beginning of this, my journey of coming here to Thailand, when I was 40 years old. Man, I was the fattest I could ever be. 125 kilos, a massive stomach. I couldn't even see my little boy down there. I was really fat. And you know, okay, generally you don't, if you see my previous videos, just check like 5 years ago, check the videos, sort out by YouTube, the filter. You'll see my face like a, I don't know, like a puffy tomato, like a ball, you know, like as if I stuffed my face, I ate something, you know, as if someone blew a balloon. And so I was really fat. But I'll tell you what, I wouldn't have noticed how fat I was. The only reason I did is because health-wise, I was really bad. I found it hard to breathe. I found it hard to walk. I would walk for a few stairs and I would be huffing and puffing. And mind you, this is a guy who used to do triathlon and half marathons and hardcore exercise and crazy, like the whole day, like every day running 21 kilometers. And for a guy who was that fit, I became that fat. So I had breathing problems. Obviously, I had cholesterol, which the doctor said. I could feel my heart palpitating. I was borderline diabetic. So I had all the, you know, the combination, the cocktail was, I'm going to, you know, live a life full of suffering and full of pain, man. What's the use of living a life like that, where you're doing nothing but popping pills and going to the doctor and having to take insulin injections? And so I decided to go under the knife and I opted for a bariatric surgery. You can check the videos, but like I tell you, just be careful, it's graphic. So after that, complete change of lifestyle. And in between, I did gain weight also. Like the bariatric surgery, I lost from 125. It came down to, like, let's say, on an average, 80. I came down to almost 70, but then I started eating again, and you know, bad habits die hard. And back to 84. But I was like, man, I didn't go through all this, gain back the weight, because I was gaining back. And finally, last year, if you actually see my videos, I took upon myself to really change my lifestyle. And from 84, I just wanted to lose 4-5 kilos. I couldn't believe it, but I came down to, I think 67 or 65. Okay, the last 2-3 kilos till 65 was extreme, because I was literally fasting for 24 hours and, I was just trying to see how much more it can go down. I think it went down to 64 or whatever. But then, you can't do it forever. So I decided to go back, live normal, eat normal, chocolates, ice creams, whatever. And lo and behold, now I thought I was at 74, 75, because I've gained a tummy now. There's a lot of fat because I've been eating chocolates, carbs, rice, bread, all the normal stuff. Okay. But obviously in limited amounts. So I came back to, I thought I was 74, but I'm at 70. So I was like, oh, okay, not a bad thing. I'm not super overweight. I'm at 70, can still lose. So once I came down to 70, at night I decided, okay, I'm going to make a new goal. And what I did is I shared this with my student, who has been my student now for I think 3 years. He's the guy who I told you, got double the salary, 2.5 times the salary. And now he's doing very well. So all my mentoring, everything worked out with him. I also want him to succeed. So I shared some strategies with him, which I'm doing with you. Okay. So now what are the strategies? Or rather, why do I know, or how do I know that I'm not going to fail? Because I've made it very easy. I made it very specific. I made it very doable. Okay. If you are not smart with your strategy, you will fail. So what are the pointers that I'm using? First and foremost is, okay, I should know where I am. So anytime you make a goal, first figure out where you are. Okay, I'm at 70.5 kilos. Fine. So next one is, where would you like to be? Most people over here tend to give a random number. Like, okay, I want to lose 10 kilos. I want to lose 12 kilos. I want to lose 20, 50, 100. Okay. That will not work. What you need to do is give a number based on a calculation. So in my case, what I did is I asked myself, okay, how much do I want to lose? I decided I will lose 5 kilos. So from 70 kilos, 70.5, my goal is 65. Is it doable? I know it's very doable. And why? I'll also explain that. I've given myself, one is a number, but an easy number. See, if I would say I want to lose 10 would be a little far-fetched. 15 would be too much, and it's not healthy for me also. So, okay, the reason I said 5 is because I calculated from December, January, February, March, April. So there are 4 months. If I take December, it's like 4.5 months. So how much can I lose per month? The easiest amount of weight I can lose per month is 1 kilo. So if I divide 1 kilo by 4 weeks, each week I should lose, say, 250 grams or 0.25. And if I divide that by 7, so I have to lose 0.4. Okay, 0.04, yeah. So it's, I don't mind the math. If in case the maths is wrong, I'm very bad. 7 4s are 28. Very bad at maths. So I don't know if it's correct. So anyway, the point being, per week, every 7 days, I have to lose like 250 grams, which again is very doable. Okay. So 5 kilos, 5 months, 1 kilo per month, very doable. Okay. For me. The second one is, obviously the big question, why do I want to lose? Because without knowing the why, you're bound to fail. So I asked myself, why do I want to lose? The first big reason is not to show my abs, because nobody cares. And neither it is to flaunt my abs on social media, Instagram or Facebook. Yeah, the end result, I might show it if I get it, but it's not the primary reason. That is why when people have their motivation to show the world, they generally fail. Because, okay, once you have shown the world, you got six-pack abs, and the world has seen it, they'll be like, wow, the first few days and first few weeks. But after that, they get bored. Yeah, you are fat and you lost weight. Now, what is there? What else is there to show? You're not going to stare at his abs every day. So, because people get bored of it, he loses interest. Okay, he or she. Okay, so the main goal is not to show the world. Rather, for me, the main goal is health. I want to be healthy and not like have the sugar highs. The most important one was when I listened to Joe Rogan's podcast. He was talking to one guy and he said, you know, this is a fact. Even 15 minutes or 5 minutes of exercise will improve your cognitive function, your brain, by 35%. So I was like, given that my work involves using my brain, you know, I have to be smart. I have to preserve my thought process, because obviously I don't want to be one of those old men like Joe Biden, you know, struggling for words and rambling. I can't. My life will be destroyed. So I have to focus on keeping myself healthy and cognitive function. So I like to be smart. And yes, if I do lose the fat and come down, my wife will be coming down only after April. She'll also be impressed. So, you know, oh, doggy. See, there's a nice doggy. He's friendly, but he's afraid. So that's why they bark. Yeah, doggy. Not a threat. So then they stop and they realize you're not a threat. Okay. So if I show my wife, yes, I will get respect. And more importantly, if I show my clients or the people who follow me, they will also respect me, because they'll be like, see, this guy made a goal and he kept the goal. So my brand value, the respect that I get from people, the integrity, being a man of one word, that will increase. So these are the intangibles that really would motivate me. First one definitely being cognitive function and health, and improvement in my brand and my business. Okay, so I got the why. Okay, so then came, okay, I know why I want to lose weight. So what is my strategy then? Because if you don't have a doable or a workable strategy, you will fail 100% again. And the strategy should not be so extreme that you can't maintain it. Like, I'll tell you, you remember I told you in Dubai I was a triathlete and has to do half marathon, has to train under a professional coach. If you see that video where I put two videos, you can just Google search my David Goggins kind of exercise schedule. Just check that out, where I literally share with you how I used to spend 3 days a week, full 3 days a week, only dedicated for exercise, full day, right from getting up at 4 in the morning to literally, I think I would finish at 10. Not that I was training from 4 till 10 o'clock, but travel to one destination, food preparation, do the exercise, come back home, take rest. Again, after taking rest, get up, travel to the destination, the new place, do the exercise, eat the food, and then come back. So it was pretty taxing. I would literally drive more than 100 or 150 kilometers a day. And the whole day was spent only on that. So it was not sustainable. And plus the cost. I was paying this guy like almost $150 per session. Okay. So that wouldn't be sustainable once I came here and started a new life. My priority is not running or triathlon or showing my physique. It's my wife and the kid and I need to save money. So I couldn't do that. And gym, I don't know, I lost the fire, the passion of lifting weights, and I didn't feel like it anymore. Obviously, declining testosterone because I'd taken steroids. So, what would be a sustainable plan? Okay. And, I kept searching online. And then finally, I bumped into this concept of intermittent fasting, which those of you who have followed me know I do intermittent fasting. Okay. And yes, cutting down on carbs. Intermittent fasting and cutting down on carbs, especially processed food, especially sugar and sweets, and substitution. Instead of eating, let's say, a chocolate, you eat, say, a dark chocolate. Or if you don't want to eat chocolates, eat a fruit, because fruit also contains sugar. Instead of ice cream, eat a yogurt, with the fruits. So substituting smart. Instead of bread, which is nothing but sugar and carbs, okay, instead of bread, have maybe you can have I don't know, some substitute. I used to have lettuce leaves, okay, lettuce leaves, cabbage leaves, to act like a bread for curry and all that. Although it's not the same, but at least there's some difference. Even coca noodles that I used to have, instead of the noodle, I would put in cauliflower and broccoli and vegetables fresh. So smart substitute. So this is the strategy I'd adopted, and so for me it's very doable. Okay, so I told myself, okay, I will do intermittent fasting. That is, I've been practicing this, but the timings have not been strict. Like, I'll break my intermittent fast at 12 o'clock in the afternoon, or 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, but not beyond 4, because I didn't have a goal. But now I've decided, when I start this goal, which I've already started, I will eat only after 6 in the evening. Okay? And the more I can push from 6 o'clock, the better. So once I'm comfortable at 6, maybe I'll push to 7. Once I'm comfortable at 7, maybe 8, like that. Maybe I'll do it till 9 o'clock, and then I eat until I fall asleep. And then next day, same, repeat, intermittent fasting. The benefit of this is it brings down your insulin. Okay, insulin is the, I don't know, what do you call, the hormone or the chemical or whatever. What is the classification of that? If you have low insulin, okay, the right term I think is insulin resistance. I don't know what is the exact definition. Is it you need to have insulin resistance, or okay? Anyway, I'll get to that. So when you eat less, okay, when you eat only how much you need, you don't eat processed food, you don't eat sugars, you don't spike up your insulin every time, because every time you eat food, insulin is released, so the absorption takes place. And the more frequent you eat, the more higher your insulin is, and the more it will remain. So it'll constantly be absorbing, absorb. But when you fast, there's no need for the body to release insulin, so there's no absorption. So then the body says, like right now, I've not eaten anything after getting up, just had black coffee, espresso, with no sugar. So it doesn't spike up my insulin because there's no sugar, there's no carbs, black coffee or espresso. So when the body needs energy, like the body needs energy to move right now, it will burn the existing immediate fat that is there. There is a lot of immediate fat storage, or sugar. There is enough and more quick energy, carbs. So I'll try to deplete that. The longer I go, the more it moves from the easy energy that is there, carbs, to the fat storage. And that is what is ketosis. Don't mind the exact definitions. Okay, I'm just giving you my understanding. You can do your research. But this is fundamentally what is true. Only maybe I don't know how to explain because I'm not very much into the science of it. But The more you fast, the longer you fast, the more the body will use the fat that is there, that is stored and which is not being burnt. Okay, the minute you eat something, you block the fat burning process and you switch over to the easy energy. Whatever you eat will burn. And the body loves sugar. The body loves anything that is tasty, processed. And nowadays, all the food has so many chemicals. And the reason why they put these chemicals is for us to be addicted. That is why do you think children love McDonald's or Burger King or pizza? It's all chemically enhanced. From the smell to the taste to the texture, the crispy bread in a pizza, the soft cheese, the crunchy vegetables. Okay, remember this, even vegetables like banana, the banana that we eat today, that's not how natural bananas grow. You can Google search this. Even the watermelon that we eat today, which is so full of the red part and less seeds, that's not how real watermelons were. You can Google search this. They were full of seeds, and they were very small. So everything that we eat is today has chemicals, is enhanced. But at least fruits and vegetables, no problem. But if you start having like processed food, from the burgers to everything else, it becomes worse. Okay. And yes, when we eat a burger or a processed meal, you get the shot of salt, you get the shot of like hot food is very tasty. Then you get umami, which is like the creamy, cheesy texture. Then obviously when you have the Coke, it gives you a sudden rush of sugar. So all the parts of your tongue, from salt to sugar to maybe bitter or whatever, all is taken care of. We enjoy the stimulation, and obviously, you move further in science, they said the dopamine is released, you feel relaxed, and that is why when we sit and watch a movie, we love stuffing our faces, and that is why when people are depressed or they're stressed out, they keep munching food or they'll keep eating. Like even when you watch a movie, what do they give you? A bucket of popcorn, okay, which has butter in that and salt and crunchy. And then you take M&Ms, which is again crunchy but sweet, and then the nut, which is slightly salty, and then you wash it all down with a Pepsi or a Coke. So what are you doing? Stimulating all the senses while enjoying a movie. And that's one of my biggest weakness. Whenever I watch a movie, I have to eat something. You cannot enjoy a movie when you're fasting. It's very difficult. That's why in theaters, they make their money through the food. Okay, so coming to my everyday thing, I'll not be eating until 6. And following that, after 6, the first meal, like right now I'm eating, my first meal can be fruits, first meal can be sweets. And I told you, I'm breaking my fast at 12 or 3 o'clock or 2 o'clock. Sometimes even after waking up, if I feel even a little hungry, and remember, hunger is a feeling, and it'll disappear if you ignore it. I think, what is that hormone, ghrelin? You can Google search it, ghrelin, or it secretes, and then that is where you start feeling hungry or something. I don't know, just Google search this. I checked it out. So when that hormone or whatever is released in our body, then we get hungry. But if you are hungry or your stomach is paining, just ignore and do something else. I'll tell you, in a few minutes you'll forget about the fact that you're hungry. The body will be like, shit man, I'm asking you to give me food, you're not giving. Okay, let's go to something else. People make these claims, oh, there is gas building up, and the acid will eat the stomach. That is all rubbish, utter rubbish, absolute nonsense. You feel like gas is, see, only if you put something, reaction will take place. You put nothing, like for example, a vehicle, a car, if you put petrol or diesel, then there will be a reaction. If the car is empty, what reaction will you get? And if, for example, you put the wrong thing, like you put maybe cooking oil or you put water, then obviously it'll give you the wrong results, right? So in the same way, for your body, if you put the wrong thing, obviously you'll have a adverse reaction. So, but if you put nothing, I have yet to meet someone who, during fasting, consistently got gas or something. No, you don't get it. In fact, the body, because it is empty, it is like, oh, good. We have, we don't need to worry about digesting the food and doing extra work. We can work to push the existing gunk that is there, the waste products. Let's push it out. That is why people who do 3 days to 7 days fast, please don't do it without supervision. The people who do 3 days to 7 days fast, when they go to the toilet for stool, this might be a little graphic, so maybe you can just, if you can't handle it, don't listen. But when I put my hand out, then I finish, huh? In case you're very sensitive. Okay, so when you go to the washroom or toilet, people actually see black stuff, gooey stuff, or like tar or something, and they're like, what the fuck, did I eat poison? Like, you know. And once that is gone, they feel lighter. And that's the same way I have felt, although no, nothing black and all that. But yes, the cleaning process, you feel lighter. Okay. So after 6, I will eat first protein. After that, I'll eat maybe a fruit or something sweet. Now, I know the first question that will come to your mind, what if you're craving for chocolates? What if you're craving for ice cream or sugar? What if you're craving for pizza or something? For me, what I realized is the more strict I am, or the more extreme I am with a diet, the greater the chance of failure. So what I tell myself is, okay, you're not going to starve. You're not going to say no to eating a chocolate. Enjoy a chocolate. But instead of eating the whole thing while playing a game or movie, I gobble up 2-3 chocolates. Okay, actual 2, 3, 4, I can literally eat. This is even after my operation. And those days I used to eat like 9, 10. The highest I've drank, 18 Red Bulls, not recommended. So I was a little crazy over there. Okay, so instead of eating like 4, 5 chocolates, I will eat it, but I'll save it towards like almost towards the end of the day, like late. And I will slowly eat it. I will enjoy it, not gobble it. So only thing is, I tell myself, say, listen, you can eat the chocolate. Not that you can't, but only after 6 o'clock and only after you eat your main meal. It's like a mother and father telling a kid, eat your vegetables, then I'll give you, chocolate or ice cream. And the later you eat it, the slower you eat it, and just before sleeping, then you're satisfied. So there's nothing wrong in having this. But overall, try to limit or reduce. Now, one of the big drawbacks or challenges is there are always the the obstacles that will kind of freeze your brain. Like, for example, I'll tell you, I have enough and more chocolates to last me right now. Always buy more to last me for a month. Now that in itself would have discouraged me before, initially, to start my diet program. I would normally say, okay, I'll throw all this out, or I will start it only after I eat it, okay? Or I'll give it to someone. Now, if I were to wait for 1 month, maybe I'll lose a fire, or maybe I'll lose the interest of doing. And who knows, maybe by mistake I might end up buying something new. So what I decided is, let the food be there. I will eat this, but not as frequently and not as much as before. Like, for example, simple one. Let's say there is the chocolates. Okay, there are 10. Or there are 30. Okay, let's give around 30. That means 1 per day. Before I would eat maybe I'd eat 4, 5 a day. And then when it would come down to the last few, I would buy more. So here, instead of eating 4, 5 a day, I will eat maybe half a day if I feel like, or a little bit more, and let it be. So it's not hard and fast rule that I'm keeping my diet 100% pure. Rather, I'm keeping it sustainable and doable. But remember, the most important thing out of the whole lot is not the how much you are not eating or how much you are eating. It is how long you're going to maintain this, the sustainability factor. See, if you diet only for a week, you lose, but then you'll gain back everything. And that's not a lifestyle change. You're fooling yourself. Rather, if you decide, okay, I'm going to do something which is sustainable for 6 months to 1 year, which is practical, you'll enjoy it much more. And if it is not extreme, like I told you, instead of saying I'm not going to eat chocolates or ice creams at all, I tell myself the day I feel really tempted, I'll eat a little bit, and I'll eat a little bit almost every day. So I'm not starving. There is chocolate, there is ice cream. So fine, if I feel like eating pizza one day, I'll eat a little bit, but control, not like hog, like 4-5 pizzas. Then it doesn't help the purpose. Okay, and then obviously the most important thing that you need to keep in mind is every single day after I wake up, I have to check my weight every single day. Because every single day, I have to know what is my weight. I have to know, am I moving ahead with my goal? Am I stagnant? Am I going back? So when I'm aware of what I'm doing every single day, it becomes trackable, measurable. But if you just measure your weight once a week, no. And remember this much, I'm not, the first month, I'm being honest, huh? This is first month, I'm not expecting any weight loss. I've told my worst case scenario, I'm 70.5. Maybe I'll be 71. Okay? But even if I'm the same, I will still continue this. So that's the promise I've given myself. So here what happens is, there's no pressure for, oh shit, I have to lose weight. And if after a month I don't lose weight, I give up. I throw my hands up in the air and say, no man, this is not working out. But rather, even if I'm 70.5, but I've managed to control myself and eat after 6 o'clock in the evening. And instead of eating processed food and processed carbs, I'm eating more of protein and healthy food. Fine. That in itself is a bonus for me. So I made it very easy. Okay? And on top of that, the added motivation is, now you can see I'm walking and making these videos. So here I'm, they say, no, you hit 2 birds with 1 stone. So here I'm able to focus on my physical goals of trying to lose weight, and I'm able to make a video, which is my branding exercise. So I'm able to do 2 things at a time. So there is an added incentive and it becomes easy. Now let's assume if in case it rains, I can't go outside. I have a treadmill in the house, so which I did not use for 2-3 months. Now I'll start using it again. And many people think, oh, treadmill is so boring. Yeah. What I tend to do is I put a movie. Okay, I open my iPad, I might watch a movie and I'll do it. Or I normally I listen to an educational program, okay, which I like. And while listening to an educational program, I play my online games. I have 3 iPads. So, every online game has, watch this ad and you get this bonus. So I just, I don't watch the ads, I just press the buttons while listening to a educational program and while exercising. So here I hit 3 birds with 1 stone. Okay. So makes it easier. So if it rains, I'm still able to do exercise. And remember, the exercise need not be 1 hour or 2 hours, or don't make it so complicated. Yeah. I have given myself the minimum. The bare minimum is 5 minutes. That means I just go down the house. I just walk up and I walk down. That's it. 5 minutes. 5 minutes anyone can do, right? Okay. And on top of that, I make it even more easy by dressing up. See, can you see what I'm wearing? See, slippers. This is short, no shirt. No. Obviously, you can't dress up like this. But I stay in a forest, so to wear these shorts, hardly few seconds. To wear this Luna sandals, few seconds. So it's very easy. There's no excuse. I can just put it on and go down. And 5 minutes is not at all a problem. 5 minutes is very doable. Okay? So if I were to measure this in terms of push-ups, instead of doing 5 sets of 20 push-ups or 30 push-ups, and then, oh no man, I can't do that. Instead of doing like 5 sets of 30 push-ups, which will take you maybe 20 minutes, do 2 push-ups. 2 push-ups is easy, right? You can do, then do 3. Don't kill yourself. When you want to stop, stop. At least you did it something, right? So always remember, when you do something instead of nothing, and you do the bare minimum, pay attention, huh? This is very important. If you do something instead of nothing, and if you do the bare minimum, and you do it every single day, you're guaranteed to see progress. Maybe not very big progress. Hi, doggy. Following me? Maybe not like, oh, I lost 100 kilos in 1 month. No, maybe not that crazy, this thing. Maybe you lose 0.5 kilos in 1 month. But that is still progress. But the greatest gift is knowing that you were consistent. Okay? And the extra incentive after all that is sharing on social media. Like, if you notice, I put a poll in the community tab, who's interested, who's not. So, given that people are interested, it also feels great. Hey, I've achieved something, I'm sharing with my community. And then the engagement that occurs, which is another thing any social media person will look at. They would like engagement, meaningful engagement. So, like they say, another bird I can hit with a stone. And yes, it gives variety to people. Oh, he's not talking about resumes or interviews or self-improvement. Oh, weight loss, something new. And maybe there'll be a new group, or maybe the existing group that found the previous content boring, they'll find this interesting. Okay. See, all in all, towards the end, I just want to tell you that have a meaningful goal, but have a goal that is smart and intelligently created. Don't say I'll lose some weight. Don't say I'll lose 50 kilo. Don't make it so hard that you cannot do it. Okay? And be smart. Like, for example, if you actually notice, what is the first thing I told you? The first thing I told you is, I will control my food, intermittent fasting, because that is 80% of weight loss. 80 to 90% of weight loss is simply controlling your diet. Two doggies. 80 to 90% is your diet. Seriously, anyone who wants to lose weight, 80 to 90%. Don't go with these influencers, these YouTubers. Oh, I eat carbs, I eat pizza. That's all garbage. You see anyone in Somalia, you see anyone in these poor countries, they hardly have food to eat. Do they put on weight? How do you put on weight? When you put something in the mouth and it goes into your body, it absorbs. And if you keep putting extra, more than what you burn, simple math, no? Simple maths. It's, if you put in more than you burn, you get excess. So where will the body store the excess? It'll store it in the body. So if you don't put and you keep burning more, you will burn. But obviously, it's not simple, straightforward maths. There is also the fact of the types of foods you eat. Is it processed? Is it natural? Are you eating protein or are you eating more carbs? So those factors come into play. Okay, so the first one, which I told you, is you have to make your goals smart and the right approach. The right approach is control your food. I did not say go to the gym and do 2 hours and do walking 4 hours. If I eat crap and I do exercise, I'm not burning anything. That is why you see these videos where they show you, okay, I've eaten a burger which is 300 calories. To burn the burger, just a burger, you might have to exercise, like, depending on your body type, from 1 hour to maybe 4 hours, 5 hours, or even 6 hours, just to burn one burger. And then obviously if you put sauces and sugar and this and that, longer. But if you control that and your body is already in a ketosis state, ketosis is where your body is using the fat to burn, and then you do exercise, it will burn faster. Okay? So plan your goals intelligently, be smart, and don't be stingy where it comes to investing with a mentor. Okay, if you go to a gym coach, don't go to a guy who's injected himself with steroids with big muscles. Most probably he'll tell you bodybuilding and take supplements because he will make money on it. And, obviously he's focused on making money. Go to someone whose lifestyle proves it. Okay, go to someone who, don't go to an extreme athlete. Okay, because maybe depending if he's good at coaching or not, if he gives you an extreme thing, you will not be able to do it. But there are many super professional people or who have the knowledge, who can really help you with the results. Check the track record and check if they have lost weight themselves. Now over here, just be smart. Choose your mentors or your coaches wisely. You take David Goggin, after 3 minutes, you'll give up wanting to lose weight. So go with someone who understands you and who can guide you. There are people who come to me for coaching and guidance, but the only reason I don't encourage or advertise about this is because it takes time, and my style is not the shortcut method, no supplements, no steroids. I give a very practical solution, and like I told you, if you see my YouTube announcement, this goal is going to be 5 months. Okay, and obviously my time and my services are not cheap, so that is why I don't promote, and that's not part of my key money making or value driven services. It's a part of it. If my clients who pay me ask me about this, I guide. And remember, first is diet, second is what you eat, third one is your lifestyle. Smoking, drinking, sleeping late, hanging out with useless friends. In fact, if you just listen to Dr. Ekberg or what's his name, Dr. something, these 3 guys whom I have promoted on my channel, they help you lose weight through intermittent fasting. So even listening to that is much better than hanging out with friends. But overall, like I tell you, if I were to summarize, I'll just say, enjoy the journey. The destination is a bonus. Yes, it will feel good at the end of April after I achieve that goal. But enjoy the journey. Every day, if I'm not saying that it's going to be fun, yes, there will be discomfort, but every day make it a way that you can do it. Okay? And be practical about your progress and measure it every day. Like I said, every day I'm going to take my weight. Every day I'm going to note it down on an Excel sheet so I know what is the progress. And give yourself time. Remember, bare minimum, done easily, with consistency, will determine your success. Okay? Anyway, this is the start of my new journey. There will be 4.5 months. So I'll keep you posted, and let's see how does it go. So put your questions and thoughts down below. I would like to know, what do you have in mind? Oh, no wonder my dog is going hyper. Another dog, male dog, boyfriend. She wants a boyfriend. Okay. You guys take care. This is me signing off. Hey, down. You relax. No boyfriend. Because anyway, been neutered. Okay. Hey, wants to go. Getting all crazy. All right, you guys take care. It's me signing off. Ciao. Bye. And yeah, let me know what do you think. Back to my walking videos. How do you feel about it? Okay, ciao. Take care, guys. Bye.